Hey yo, what's up guys, my name is xXxGamerToesxXx and welcome to another video. It's been a long time and we're back with What Remains of Edith Finch. I've already played through this game, but the game was so amazing, the story was so amazing that I really wanted to share it with you guys. And this is how the game starts out. You get on, you're on a boat, there's no menu, no nothing, you just start on a boat. You look down and you see a book and some flowers.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
And that's how we get into the game. The game looks amazing, by the way. It's so beautiful. There's the house. Oh yeah, we can zoom in.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So yeah, it's the narration type of game, you know. You just walk. And the person you play as
Inside the
tells you the
mailbox
story.
bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
And you interact with things.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Ooh, look at this nice waterfall. I mean,
my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
the game
Maybe
is so
she thought I'd
beautiful.
know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Oh wait. Actually, I never walked down here. I don't know if there's anything down here, but yeah, the first time I played, I never walked down here.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay, so I guess this is just another route you can take.
The woods
to
around
the
the
house
house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
The game is so goddamn good. I mean, it's the people that made this game. Milton Finch missing. The people that made this game, they're so talented. I actually love them for making this game. And look at that, there's a truck. JRM.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Oh, I mean, I guess we'll walk up to the front door.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
There's another poster. I mean, you can clearly see.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see that the house has been abandoned for a long time.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
So yeah, we have to find another way in.
I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
So I guess we'll try the garage door. Ah, some beautiful flowers. Damn. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna open that. Ooh. Hey.
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah, I bet. Ooh. Ooh, that looks... I mean, I know what that is, but still, I won't spoil anything.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Chinese food?
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Flavors of India. Testina. Thailand. So yeah,
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
I mean, obviously it's a cat, come on. You would love it.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Ooh. There's the garage. Eddie.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
True. I mean, the house is in a nice shape still.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
I mean,
Even
they
the
have
fireplace
nice...
had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Ooh. Oh, damn it. We missed the awesome animation.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Oh, cute.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Ooh, that's sad.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Can we look through?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Alright, I guess we'll go upstairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
So yeah, Calvin and Sam.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oof. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. So he was just 11. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Sven and Eddie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
I mean, you can see that she's talented. Sven Hofstad Finch, 1915, 1964. Eddie, 1970. Ooh, 2010. Last time she saw her, she was 10, right? So yeah. My friend Bigfoot, introducing Barbara
Whenever people
Finch.
ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Yeah. There's a few pictures of her. She was famous.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Alright. Barbara. 1944.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Yeah, that's a kind of a harsh way, you know. Be
Mom
a
must have
star and
locked
let me
the third floor
forgot.
stairs on the night we left.
Third floor, right. Alright. So that's it for this part of the house. Ooh, this door is open, but first let's see. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah. 1937, 1947. She was 10 years old when she died. Oh, look at those bugs.
I
Oh.
spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
I mean, it's a great room.
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Ooh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
I mean, just look at how smoothly the story progresses.
I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So yeah, there's also mini games when you like interact with a story
I
of
got
like
the sense Edie had spent a lot of time
Molly.
here.
We're gonna
Before my mom sealed
see
the
it right now.
doors.
So we open the book.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
I mean, that's an evil way.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Yeah, put your kids to bed when they're, what is it called? Hungry? Worst idea ever.
I kept eating and eating.
That's sad.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I mean, I think these are plastic, so... I don't think it's safe
Then I
here.
heard chirping outside my window. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, it's such a cute fish. I mean, come on. Why would you eat
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
She flew away. Aw.
And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
So yeah.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I
Well.
promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Oh no.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Little teeth in the grass. So we're an owl now. See, this is why I love the game. It tells the story in such a fascinating way.
Rabbits.
Rabbits! There's a rabbit. Ooh, we got it! Nice.
Face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
Holy
Then I flew
snap.
off to find something bigger.
Something bigger. I don't think an owl would eat something bigger than a rabbit.
A mama rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess a bigger rabbit. Damn it. Where are you at? Gotcha. Oof, I'm an
It was
MLG.
too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And
Oh no.
suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh! Oh no, we're stuck. Oh, we can jump. Oh, come on. Yeah! Down the hill we go!
I
Oh,
rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
got it.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where's that? There he is. Nom nom nom. Come on, get over here.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
So yeah, we're a tentacle now, I
Now
guess.
I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
And the controls are really good right now. I mean, like, I don't even struggle with the tentacle thing. But yeah, to reset the camera to the front of the tentacle, I have to left click. So. Because the camera
was
doesn't
big,
follow.
But I moved real quiet.
The music.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Can I eat him? I mean, I guess I'll eat him. Oh. Oh. Okay, I guess we could eat him. Damn it. I saw the captain right here. Oh no.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. Across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Huh. What could it be?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Ooh, ooh. At least the camera follows now.
I got closer and closer.
Ooh.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh no. And those were the last words of Molly Finch.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that. but I'm sure Edie would have.
So yeah, basically the book is supposed to be starting out empty, and as you move along you uncover the characters.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Ooh.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room is like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
So yeah, that's kind of the story of
whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Joining the great majority. I mean, look at the house. It's beautiful. That's the actual layout of the house as well, I think. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Lewis.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Huh. I mean, that's a cool way of painting. I really love painting some wood. Like especially
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
That's cool. What's that?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I mean, I get why.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
My friend Bigfoot. Random junk. Eddie won't go.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Built 1937, Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
And he used the bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah,
it was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. Oh, another book. Another hidden path, I guess. I don't really know if I'm gonna cut this video into parts or if I'm just gonna go with the full thing.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh. Calvin Finch. Oh, yes.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oops. Sorry. Damn, I'm hungry. I didn't eat anything at all. Kind of a stupid way to start recording without eating anything. Still, Milton. Goddamn chair. Oops. No, I didn't mean to go back. There's no way to the other side.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Yeah, because it's...
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Because it's a sad story.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
This is my favorite story out of them all.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
I mean, I did it.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That story just gave me shivers.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Saving.
After
Damn
the
it.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Damn it, sorry, I'm kinda sad. Wow, that's the coolest way to open a secret path. I mean, the bathroom one was cool as well, but damn. They put some work into this.
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
Wait.
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Yes, I'll unlock this, but then continue on. Barbara Finch.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
This is actually
All the stories
one
people
of
wrote
my
about
least
Barbara's death,
favorite
I'm surprised
stories.
Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped
no.
into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him.
Oh
right
no.
on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
So yeah, now we play as well. It's actually a cool way of doing it,
She
but
found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
ooh. Oop. Nailed it. Oh no. Wait. The door is closed. How do I? Oh, speed it down. Cool.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill,
Oh, that's
who impaled
creepy
and
as all
ate his
fuck.
family 10 years ago tonight.
I hate you. Hey, look, it's a fridge.
Old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh no.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
I
Threw
mean,
him out.
he was a dick.
Kept a little something to remember him by.
That was a
Barb.
dick move.
Have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. If this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Ooh. Spooky, scary skeletons looking out the window. Oh shit. Walter's room was to the right?
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Oh
Orcas
no.
Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Ah.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Oh no.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Yes, there is.
She played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
And he slipped.
He wasn't moving, but But she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Yeah, so obviously you go down to check on him. Instead of finding your brother and running the crap away. And he is...
Bookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Oh no.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Guess what? Ta-da!
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Yeah.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Oh
And little
no.
Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara,
I mean, at least he made
inside
it.
the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oof.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Ha ha ha. It's so funny. Yeah, that was the most unfunniest pun. There it is. Barbara Finch.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
So yeah.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Of course she didn't. She didn't want you to go down there. I mean, it's a very well hidden key, actually. There we go. I would actually love to have one of those. I don't know what the key would be for, but still. It's such a cool thing. Sven.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
There's the dragon that he was building.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Ooh.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter. 2005.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Ooh.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
It's always good to have a routine.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
At least you have the radio.
And then one day, everything just
changed.
Stopped.
So it...
Whatever that thing was,
4 days.
It was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Good point, Walter.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
I hope I'm
know
not
it's out
gonna
there
cry
somewhere.
at the end of this game as I did before. Damn it.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Oh.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Huh.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Especially the food.
I don't mind if I only have a
Good
year
words.
left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
He got hit by a tree.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
I mean, just from that we can see what her birthday is, I guess.
I'm sure my mom was
Kinda.
trying to protect me.
We don't actually get the month or anything, but still. But yeah, sorry if I'm not talking much. I want you
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
to listen to the story, appreciate
But if
the
she
story.
never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Saving.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Walter, 2005. Huh. So the train tracks and the side of the mountain just collapsed.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
I mean, this is so beautiful. I love this game.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Sorry, I had to scratch my eye.
People in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
I mean, yeah. Most of the people
What kind
died.
of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Wow. There it is.
It's embarrassing for me to admit
The
this,
cemetery.
but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Yeah.
3 of
Here.
the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
These are all the animals. Yeah, the dog, cat, a rabbit, Edie, another dog.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch, Calvin Finch, Sven Finch, and Eddie Finch, Walter Finch, Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Yeah. There he is, Odin.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
That's the house that he drowned with.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Not much to see. It's just wreck. Yeah.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sam Finch, Gus
Her
Finch.
dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her
Gregory
brothers.
Finch.
She was just trying to do better.
And the music, the atmosphere.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton
We never
Finch.
found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Yeah.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Sorry, I just had to reply to a friend of mine. I don't really know how long this story is. I
But
think it
looking
was
back on
about
it
2
now,
hours.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
22 weeks pregnant. She's pregnant right now. Wait, she's 17, right? If I remember right. Ooh.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Oh no, this is... Ooh. I remember this one. He took a photo of everyone.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Something more
Your Grandpa
interesting.
Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
A deer.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Where is he? Isn't he supposed to be there?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
So yeah.
Let me get behind you.
This
Do
is...
I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
I mean, that's just terrible.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
I mean, come on. It's kind of bad parenting, to be honest.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
I absolutely forgot we we get to walk as him.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Yeah. That's... I mean, that's two traumatizing events for the kids.
Of all these stories, that's the
Sam.
one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, I see why.
Sam
was-
spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Meal ready to eat. fuck?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh fuck. No, not this one. I'm not gonna make it twice. Fuck. Damn it. Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
By the way, we control the frog.
Watching's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Oh no.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. It reminded me so much of him. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy.
Yeah. Come on, ducks. There we go. Oh no. Yeah, it's kind of hard to control the frog. It's hard to see where it's gonna fall.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory for this.
I wish you could have told us.
Yeah.
About the world he saw.
It's the saddest one.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything.
Fuck yeah, I'm so sorry, I'm getting emotional.
It wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
He is.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
And that's traumatizing for the parents. Gregory. Only 1 year old. That's so fucking sad.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make it subscribe.
This was not as sad as Gregory. Oops.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
I mean, I get him.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Yeah.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him.
Gus.
Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name Gus.
Duty's done, Gus. Quick. Yeah, baby. That's funny.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton. Edith.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton, 1992.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh. I don't really remember how to get in. Oh, whoops, I missed it. Damn it. Sorry. mean, he was a good artist. I like those drawings. Oh, yes. The magic paintbrush.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
So we painted a door. Then he vanished. And that's Milton for you guys.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Yeah, 2003.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
The music, it's so calm, so beautiful.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
I mean, this looks just as good as a movie. If this was a movie, I would watch it, but still, I mean...
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
It's such a beautiful game, I'm happy to
After
play
he
it.
graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh. Yeah, this is the... Oh, I would call him a weird guy. But he was peaceful.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah. I mean, he did some weed. There it is. Dawn Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Doesn't matter
something
what
new.
way we take.
Bats. And toads.
As long as we keep working and
Things
moving
that
the
have
camera.
not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
So yeah, you can see where this is
I
going.
worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
He was working.
I spoke with his
daydream.
boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
See, did it.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario reference? Anyone?
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
By the way, I don't think you can lose in this game, so I'm not really worried about crashing into things.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh no.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh no.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
beautiful prince.
Beautiful prince.
I chose the other one last time I played, so let's see what's different in here. I mean, I'll see.
The prince was on his own quest for
radiant rainbows. Because we want to make it happy.
Radiant rainbows.
Oh no, I missed. Oh no. Oh no. I missed another one.
He followed the sound of his
silver harp. Because it sounds beautiful.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Yeah, that it was.
And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. 'Cause 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 'c My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
And we're back to the real world. It's finally going somewhere.
He began to forget the world we know.
He's the cannery.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
That's him.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
He went mental.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising me. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
I can already see where this is going.
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That was sad. Lewis.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
And there's only 1 or 2 stories left.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
I mean, look at the scenery. Holy crap. It's so beautiful. I don't think I'm even gonna edit this video. I'm just gonna put on my intro and go for it. Oh. Stairs are broken. Wait. No. We're not supposed to go out. We're supposed to go through his room, I guess. I think. If I remember right. Yeah, here's the door to the left. God damn it, I missed it. I'm sorry, I wasted a bit of time. Could have gone smoothly. It could have looked like I knew my shit, like I knew what I was doing, but no.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Edith.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yeah.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
Edith
All that's
Finch.
left now was to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Yeah.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
And here's the library. The room we saw at the
The thing
beginning.
you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you. There's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Oh no.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Reindeer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I bet.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Is the house. The one that has been lost to the sea.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Oh no.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Dawn Finch.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Oh no.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're reading this now,
It's too late.
things didn't work out that way.
She died.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Edith Finch. 2017. Fuck. Shit. It's emotional. No, I'm so sorry. I'm a big baby. It's just so sad. Story by Giant Sparrow. For Shirley Dulles. Yeah. It's a beautiful story. Oh fuck, I'm crying like a baby now. Shit. Well, I hope it was worth it. Ah. God damn it. Chris Bell, lead designer. So yeah, this whole time we are playing as her son. She died. Oh, she could meet him. I mean, I think she saw him at least, and then he died, but... The last Finch. I'm gonna let the credits roll, actually. If I remember right, there was nothing at the end, but still. I just want the people that worked on this game to get their appreciation. This game is just amazing. I have no words for it. Ah, damn it. The music, the graphics, the story. The way the story progresses is just so perfectly built. I mean, some of the stories didn't feel like, you know, they didn't attach me too much, but first time I played, I cried like a baby at Gregory's because, I mean, small children dying, it's awful. Sad. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna edit the video, I'm just gonna put on the intro and let it go as it is. Oh, damn it. Peaches. Peach halves. So yeah, this actually goes on for a while. I think I've been recording for like an hour and a half minimum. I'm not even gonna wait to publish this video, but I'm doing it straight away, so as soon as I'm done rendering it with my intro. Oh fuck. So yeah, all the playtesters, enjoy, thank you. In loving memory, Lewis Finch, the Edith Finch team. Edith, Eddie, Don, Lewis. And there's the team. The end. That's the ending. And then we finally get a Bedu. So yeah, this is actually how my game started, just because I already finished the game. But if you guys want to play it for yourself, it's actually just gonna go straight into the story. You just look down, open the book, and there you go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe for more videos, and I hope you didn't cry as much as I did. I mean, the story is sad. Well, yeah, so I don't have any more anything else to say, so I guess I'll see you next time. Have a great day, keep warm, love your family, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.